Hi, it's Laura here from Laura Cully Hypnotherapy. I'm based at Serendipity in Honiton. I also work from the Axminster Health and Wellbeing Centre, and I have a therapy room over in Exminster as well. So it's December. Hope you're all well. I'm already struggling to keep up. Can't believe it's December already. Now, if you remember, back in November, we talked about seasonal affective disorder and just keeping your mood high this time of the year, not necessarily getting dragged down by the dark nights, the cold weather. So if you haven't watched that video, it might be worth you going back and having a look at that. What we're talking about today relates to that in a little way. So I wanted to talk about Christmas and the festive season. So now, for the majority of people, yeah, Christmas is a lovely time of the year. They spend it with family. It's all very exciting. It's very joyful. So I just wanted to talk about the other side of that, really, in that for a lot of people, it's not that way. Now, this may be you. You might be one of the people that really struggles at Christmas, that finds it quite a triggering time and quite a painful time. If you're one of the people that loves Christmas, it's still worth listening in, just to be aware that not everybody feels that way, and just to kind of be patient with the people around you that might not really enjoy Christmas, because there are often lots of different reasons for this. It's not just that they're being miserable and, you know, they don't like to see people having fun, but it can actually really trigger some kind of deep feelings and memories. So thinking about the memories, it could be that perhaps they didn't have a great childhood and Christmas was not a time of joy and celebration, and it was actually quite a difficult time, and that's something that they've carried through for the rest of their life, because Christmas it's a trigger. It brings up those painful feelings and those painful memories. On the other side of that, it might be that Christmas used to be a wonderful time, but it could be since then that you've lost family, you've lost the love of your life, and Christmas just isn't the same anymore, and you're looking at it now thinking, well, that was then, what have I got now? It's just not the same. Especially if that person really loved Christmas, if they made Christmas for you, not having them around, it creates a huge hole, and Christmas can feel totally different. It can feel like a really lonely time. So obviously think about bereavement, especially people who've lost people this year and it's the first Christmas without them. They're just going to be wondering how they're going to get through it, and how they're going to make it through to January. It's going to be a very different experience for them. So kind of think about memories and bereavement. If that's you, and obviously if you'd like some help, do get in touch and come and speak to me. Okay, so something as loneliness, and again, it could be linked to that bereavement. People that are on their own this time of year, and of course you'll compare ourselves as well, so you're looking at everybody else, thinking, but everybody else has got a family, they're all surrounded by friends, they're all going to have a great Christmas, and there I'm going to be on my own. So if you are somebody that is on your own, if you want to be with other people, of course not everybody does, but if you feel like you want to be with other people, just reach out to people, let them know, find out what everybody else is doing, because you might be surprised what you find is going on in your community, or just other friends around you, families that would be more than happy to have you join them, but they don't necessarily know that you want that. If you're on your own and you want to be by yourself, do you know what, that's fine too. Do whatever you want to do. Don't feel pressured or bullied into being sociable. And it's the same for those suffering with depression and social anxiety. It's really difficult at this time of year. People expecting you to suddenly want to be sociable. And with people, especially people suffering with social anxiety, it could be that they just can't. It's not a case of they don't want to spend time with you, or they're just being miserable and they don't want to come out. They might really want to, actually, but they just can't. And it's something that is very, very difficult to explain to people who've not suffered with depression and social anxiety. But it's not a case of, and I just don't want to go out, don't feel like it, I don't want to socialise. It's actually getting yourself through that front door and getting out, especially into parties or busy places. They just can't do it, and that you may be somebody who's suffering this and can really relate to this. Do you know what? That's absolutely fine. You get through Christmas in the best way for you. Don't be bullied. Don't be made to feel bad about it. You don't know who's suffering, and a lot of people cover these things up. So if you know somebody that's been a bit quiet lately, who perhaps hasn't been coming out as much as usual, hasn't been talking as much as usual, just keep an eye on them. Don't bully them, don't pressure them to come out, don't make them feel bad, because that obviously really doesn't help. So the worst thing you can do is to make them feel bad about that. But maybe just go and visit them, just offer a chat and a cup of tea. You know, keep it low key and just see what happens. Okay, so another one is illness. You know, obviously if you're not feeling well, and there are a lot of bugs and things around at this time of year, so it could be that it's, you know, flu, tummy bugs, that sort of thing, you're just not feeling up to it, that's fine. If you just need to stay at home, spend the time resting, do that. Don't feel bad about it, don't feel pressured. It could be a long-term or a chronic illness, or you know, something far more serious, whether it's you that is suffering or whether it's a family member that's suffering. You know, and so it could be that you just need a low-key Christmas. Just keep it quiet. Don't feel that you have to be out and about celebrating. You know, just rest. Use the time, you know, especially if you've got time off this Christmas, use it to rest. Use it to spend with those family members who are not feeling well. And, you know, it might just be that it's just a day like any other day of the year, because that's all they can cope with at the moment. But do you know what? That's fine. It's absolutely fine. Obviously, another thing this time of the year is financial issues. Now, if you're struggling financially anyway, then you put Christmas on top of that. It can be a really, really stressful time. So, of course, it's easy to say, well, just don't spend the money. Just, you know, be creative. But just think about it. What else can you be doing rather than buying extravagant gifts? Are there, you know, do you have a particular talent with craft? Is there something that you could make somebody? You know, when it comes to children, I know it's a lot more difficult, especially as children get older. They start comparing themselves, looking at what other children are getting for Christmas. They want all the latest gadgets or toys or what, you know, whatever stage they're at. But you can only do so much. And actually, if you look back at your Christmases, do you remember the gifts? Do you remember what it was you got for Christmas? Or are there other things that bring back happy memories? So as I say, I know it's easier said than done, but just think that, you know, getting yourself into even more debt, going into the new year with that, you know, perhaps spending the next 6 months, the next year even, just trying to pay off those Christmas debts. You know, in 6 months' time, your child probably won't even be playing with the toy, or it might be after something completely different. You know, children are very adaptable, they change all the time. And yeah, just look after yourself. Think about your stress levels, think about what you can do, you know, what is within your means, and as much as possible try not to compare. So I know it's easier said than done, but again, if you need to come and talk about any of this, then please do get in touch. You know, come along and we'll have a chat about it. So thinking back to what we talked about last month, obviously keeping up with your healthy eating. And I know this time of year, and you know, and I'm the last person to say don't, you know, indulge or enjoy yourself is great, but make sure that you're keeping a balance. So make sure that you're keeping up with your fruit and veg, that, you know, things are staying balanced, because obviously there is a lot of ill health around at this time of year, and if you're not eating properly, you're more prone to pick up the bugs that are going around. Again, going out, getting fresh air, trying to get as much daylight as possible. So just perhaps look back on that vlog from last month, have another look through those. Are you still doing all those things, and can you keep those going right the way through to January? So yeah, I think really that's kind of my main message for this month, is just wherever you are in your journey, however Christmas makes you feel, if you're that great happy person that loves Christmas, brilliant. I hope you have a brilliant time. But just be aware that there are other people that for them this time of year might actually be really painful, and they might not feel jolly and festive and feel like coming out celebrating. If you are one of those people that finds Christmas particularly hard, as I say, please do get in touch. If you just want to come and have a chat, that's absolutely fine. Obviously, hypnotherapy can really help. So it can help with things like bereavement. It can help you to start to move on. It can help with a lot of those childhood memories, you know, doing a bit of inner child work, perhaps going back, parenting yourself the way you wish you had been parented. Looking at it now from your adult perspective, things can look very different. You can even start to see your parents' issues in a different light. So it's something that is well worth doing if you're one of those people that just finds it painful because of memories that go back way back into childhood. So anyway, have a lovely Christmas, whatever you choose to do, whether you just want to sit back, stay at home by yourself, put your feet up and watch TV, fine. That's lovely. Enjoy that. If you want to be out partying, if you're one of those people, I hope you have a brilliant time. I will be back again in January, and I'm actually going to be talking about healthy eating in January and kind of weight management, because I'm already getting quite booked up for weight management in January. So again, if that's something you want to come and talk to me about, then do. I know it's, New Year's resolutions, we're all putting it off now, or I'll wait till after Christmas, wait for the new year, and in January I'll get back on my healthy eating, exercise, and start getting back into shape. So come and talk to me about it. Okay, I will speak to you in January. Have a lovely Christmas and a happy new year. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.